My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Vault of the Void. We're going to be playing the Enlightened and Impossible mode. I will be sticking on Impossible Plus for the Hidden, but at the moment with the Enlightened and the Door of the Void, I feel like I've still got a lot to learn. So let's stay on a low difficulty, like Impossible. Whoa! You've mastered this class and currently have access to a mastery reroll. Click any card to reroll it. Oh. Okay. Let's keep clear image, keep battle plan. Smack to the Future does have a rewind attached to it, and that's not something super common for us. Clairvoyance, Better Future. I mean, Smack to the Future is honestly, out of these, the one that I want to reroll the most. Maybe Clairvoyance instead. Let's go Clairvoyance. I appear to have re-rolled Clairvoyance into Clairvoyance. Perfect. Now let's take a Clairvoyant. No, I'm not going to do that. Combination Strike is almost usually, almost always my take here. And for, I believe, good reason, let's select that. Each time the Void casts Fury, gain 100% rage the following turn. 3 weak and vulnerable following Fury as well. 1 less Frenzy. Start with full stealth and energy. Cool. Well, this one's easy. I'm going to start with the upgrade point 100% of the time here. So the upgrade to clear image is another 5 she. Wait, I'm a she deck, not a Future Strike deck. You know the drill. Better Future might be my upgrade here. Right? Take a Better Future upgrade really early on. Get the blue Void Stone to hold in there, so I have the ability to pull something back from my discard pile and upgrade it at the same period of time. Let's also take one out for a battle plan. Take a stability. Well, I don't want to take stabilities out for a clear image because the clear image is also an opener. I think I actually will hold with the deck as it currently sits. This turn, all Future Strike dealt will be converted to she. Upgrades to additionally deal it as she. That could be interesting. Purge to gain an energy on a card. So this gives you 2 energy on Purge. That might just be incredible to include, you know, external any other value. All right, let's actually look at the map rewards. Mind Shatter, great. Huge part of what our ultimate scaling plan against the end boss is probably going to be. I like Wave of Focus. We have, we don't have Foresight or anything like that in the deck already. Let's quickly tag a couple more things. So I don't think I'm going to go with Mind Over Matter and then try and pull out a bunch of cards, hit with Foresight or some such like that. Timely Maneuver being just a card that already has a gem in it and also a reasonable card itself. Sure, that seems like a pretty good pickup. I'm also going to tag Trance and the other Timely Maneuver, but I'm not going to be so sad if I don't get either of those. And let's tag Reflect too. Okay, yeah, they are mutually exclusive in some fashion. So if I drop those 2, I can go down and across easily. There's a problem. If I want to get both of the elites, then I have to ignore the Wave of Focus up north. And this Trance. Which also means I miss out on a Shrine. And also if I'm entering... Well, actually, no, I can go up. Yeah, miss out on the Wave of Focus and then loop back around and do that. Misses out on a Cursed item too? Yikes. How about we track from the end inwards? Because I'm not really feeling too confident in this. So... Soul Collector probably ends up being our ends pathing. And then if we go to Soul Collector, we're following out from there in this direction. Which means that I'm saving as much money as I can for that Merchant and the Stonesmith at the very end. I really can't skip that Mind Shatter. That's crucial for us, unfortunately. So the Mind Shatter says deal 10 Shi. It upgrades to 15 Shi. That's not the huge part of it. The large part is solo, deal damage equal to half the target's Shi. So that's going to be really, really, really important, specifically in a couple of the end boss fights. As well as very, very specifically in the Void fight. Be useful for a couple of Guardians as well, a couple of Elites. Okay, let's retag some stuff and just tag the things we desperately, desperately want. Give me Mind Shatter. Upgrade my offense. Give me timely maneuvers, upgrading my defense. I know if I tag Reflect, I'm already incapable of taking all of those on the same path, but let's tag Reflect and Trance. We're ignoring Wave of Focus. So if I ignore that timely maneuver, I can go up, around. Actually, hang on, that opens a new path for us. So let's blank all of that out. And then we follow out in that direction. So we get the Reflect, we get the timely maneuver, we get a Timeless that I don't really have any interest in. We get a Cursed item down here. And then we do skip the Mind Over Matter Elite fight, going up in this direction and then down that way. And then by this point, we decide how many resources we have and which direction we want to go in. This at least gets us the Wave of Focus. It gets us the Trance. It gets us Mind Shatter. It gets us a timely maneuver, not ideal. Or rather, not the ideal timely maneuver, unfortunately. But it still gets an upgrade. And we're going to want to upgrade that Reflect as soon as possible so we can actually get some energy back, because a lot of the time I find if I end up going into Zen every single turn, I'm spending 3 going into Zen, but I'm leaving on 0 energy, so I have to purge a card from the next hand, and then I spend 3 cards getting into Zen, and then I have 1 card I actually get to play in the Zen. So I think that's really actually important, getting a really good energy pump there. It's also like a really good card to bring back with a recur and then just purge again for an actual energy pump. All right. I think I've, 8 minutes in, I think I've finally decided where I want to go. This is very much my own style, is it not? So this gives you 25% rage, but only if you are already in Zen. So if we really want to capitalize upon focus, we want to try and enter Zen without using attacks so that we have the ability to use the attacks with the 25% rage afterwards. That's not large enough to build my deck around, but it's something to think about. Certainly. Okay, 90%, so we do get a resummon here. Okay, I think I know exactly what we do here. Stability. Stability again. 1 more stability. Okay. Stillness for the killness. Use a Better Future to get that and a stability back atop the deck, and then boom. Boom. Blow them up. For single Echo Wall 1, honestly, it's actually kind of still useful in the deck. I am cutting a lot of defense. I should actually throw 1 normal defense back in. Maybe get a Clairvoyance in there for a larger block number on a secondary turn. Okay. We can kill the Hellmongrel pretty quickly. Good lord, can we ever kill that Hellmongrel pretty quickly? 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Okay, here's what we do. We bet a future, getting both stabilities to the top of the deck. Then I am going to use focus, putting better future back atop the deck, and then just go. Yeah, that's lethal. And it do it like that. We got 2 souls from that fight. I'm getting more optimistic about the possibility of getting value out of this soul collector and actually taking this path and hard committing into it, right? Because if we manage to... I mean, look, I'm not going to take the prey option, right? The one that allows you to clear your deck of void cards unless I have 2 void cards. I don't really want to anti-value myself that way. So that means in both of these locations, I'm almost certainly praying for greed. And if I'm praying for greed, I've almost certainly got enough souls for the soul collector, as well as to go to this soulsmith, this late merchant and this stonesmith rather, and get extra value out of them. So I think we've found a way through those shrines to generate the value that it feels like I'm missing in other locations. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll pop out a single defend and then purge one. This is contingent upon the belief that I am going to be using at least 1 defend next turn. Yikes. I can. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't get the kill. Neither does the kill, though. The incoming threat is so huge. Fine. I'm gonna kill the enemy and just leave that one there. Be really, really sad about it. Okay, we miss out on our extra bonus there. We do get the reflect upgrade though. For every 6 ability cards played, rage 50%. That's pretty good, isn't it? Right? Like, if we use abilities as our way to get into Zen. Well, the deck has a huge problem, doesn't it? And it's that the stabilities are too important right now. Specifically, hitting that opener on those abilities is too important right now. Makes it a bit harder to utilize battle plan. I mean, we have the card battle plan, and then this would be another battle plan. So at the very least, we would be diversifying in strategy. We would have multiple battle plans. Also, I've forgotten whether or not rage even increases She. It does it? Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, you wouldn't have this spell in this character if that didn't increase it. That said, if rage increases it, it counts as damage. And if it counts as damage, then vulnerability should increase it, and vulnerability doesn't. Right? Hang on. Do I have all of that correct? I think I might have a faulty in my logic there. I'm going to take it. We might try and use a Bring the Thunder play to actually be something. I'm seeing pieces that fit into an engine, but I'm not seeing how they create one. Interesting. Let's purge the reflect. Get all the defense out there. I'm going to pop the reflect back atop the deck. No one I target is going to be weakened or affected in any way so as to increase their frenzy. 4 and 7 kills, right? I want to ideally kill 2 of them at the same time. Also, the incoming damage next turn is already accounted for, so it's pretty simple. Okay. I purge reflex. I play repeating deflection. Then I get a battle plan and reflex back atop the deck. We drop the stability. We play reflex. Then that kills the leftmost. No, I only need to target 1 more creature. It's fine. Okay, that may not... The previous turn may have been a very, very inefficient way of accomplishing approximately anything. So, whoops-a-doops. That said, it feels like we're getting pretty close to knocking these dominoes down. Yep, let's do it this time. 1, 2, 3. 2 of them go down, and the final one, it's kind of left out to dry here. Also going to intentionally make sure that I trigger the chain, the prayer beads, every 3rd time you enter Zen, draw 1, so I wanted to enter Zen before I killed the enemy there. We are hard committing to this path, right? Yes, yes we are. Disappointing. There's a lot of these things that I really would have liked but can't afford it anyway. Upgraded version of Timely Maneuver would be pretty interesting. Charged Block would have been. Wait, what's the... Yeah, I do actually have a Purple Void Stone that I probably should just throw in something right now. Honestly, it should probably go into a Stability so I have the ability to capitalize on it 2 times. Redo, obviously incredible. Meditation, obviously also incredible. I would have easily taken the upgraded version of either of those. But I can't, so I won't. Yeah, I don't really want to change that battle plan. I actually really like it. I mean, Timely Maneuver should be in the deck. You can even upgrade it with the Purple Void Stone. Like, these can go in Stability, but ideally they don't want to be in Stability. Because ideally we want to cut more Stabilities from the deck eventually. I'm putting it in there anyway. I don't necessarily think we need the instantaneous impact of it, but we could. Now I'm going to focus the midliner here. And the big reason behind that is because I am going to debuff this target 2 times, so they actually get Frenzy up. $16 incoming threat. It's a lot of threat. Don't love this. We do have prayer beads though, so I actually can get a defensive card back in a way. What, put repeating deflection atop the deck? Draw that and defend for 3. God, there's 20 incoming as well? I think I actually just eat it this turn. 1, 2. And that's fine still. 3. Okay, well, we did get the repeating deflection. I was thinking I was just going to be playing the Clairvoyance here for the 10 block next turn, but I'll take the access for extra energy next turn as well instead here. These ones are being a hell of a lot more aggressive than the Piranha just a few rooms ago. Really don't love this. Another 14. So taken 19 damage in this fight so far. Alright, I'm gonna bet a future and pop a... Stillness, but then a Reflect atop the deck. Drop the Timely Maneuver here. Then purge the Reflects. Use the battle plan, drawing into... Oh, I guess Discipline's my action now. That's enough damage to kill a target. I can't use it to kill one right now. Put that back on top of the deck. Try and reload that gun for another turn. Okay, and then we pull the trigger. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I forgot that the stability wasn't actually going to deal damage unless I cast it while I was already in Zen. That sucks. It's going to end up costing me a huge amount right there. That's awful. This whole fight has just been really, really bad. Very disappointed in myself there. Still not going to take HP though. This path only really has strength. Also, I've got 2 health potions, but this path only really has strength based on whether or not I manage to actually go for the double greed strat. And then I better future that, and then the stability back to the top of the deck. And then I also throw better future back on top of the deck. Get decent damage there. Okay. I don't really need to prevent that much incoming damage, so like better future, repeating deflection already gets us pretty much all the way there, not only for this turn but for next turn. Deflection. It's decent Shi damage, but I'm a little worried now still. Glad I got a weaken out there, but now we have a hell of a lot of block we have to suddenly generate next turn, and not really that much way to do it. We don't have much instantaneous block, which is a huge problem this deck has. Okay. I'm putting the better future back on top of the deck. And I'm going to use that to fish for some repeating deflections, rather, sorry, to protect me for this turn and the next. So we only get 1 attack out there for a total of 10 combined damage of different sources. But we managed to protect that turn, mostly. And this turn, mostly. Okay. I think we need to make sure that we have some energy for following turns. Gosh. Don't love this. Don't love that one bit. God, next turn's gonna suck as well. Better Future's still in the deck. Stability, stability. Stillness to weaken him. Okay, it could have been a lot worse, I guess. Let's go. Three stabilities. And like discipline, I guess. God, my HP. I can't kill enemies fast enough, and it causes me to bleed ridiculously. This is deeply unsustainable. To the end that this is like an existential problem for this deck. Let's express it in that way. What I'm saying is we may die in this fight. God. Literally just not having any cards that do damage is absolutely destroying us. Also doesn't help that we're getting so many damn banes that all of my hands can't really enter Zen. That is one big problem this character encounters that not that many other characters encounter, and that is deck trashing kills the Enlightened, because it stops you from being able to actually get into Zen at almost any point. All right. Here's our trance. I'm gonna pop 2 health potions in this fight because I am absolutely terrified. 2 copies of Timeless. We don't really have much Future Strike in the deck. Honestly, Stability is probably a really good hold for the Voidstone there too. Voidling, I can only play 3 cards a turn, so I can only get into Zen before the Voidling wants to make me really, really mad and sad. Thankfully, they only gain AP. They don't gain specifically, it's not AP that I worry about. It's the name of it again. Frenzy. 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna... Actually, this is really good because it triggers 2 times on the solo already. Okay, fine. I'm gonna Wave of Focus, then I'm going to send the Wave of Focus back to the top of the deck before I use my next attack. Maybe Wave of Focus is exactly what I was missing in the previous fight, although I already had access to it. Don't tell me that. Don't worry, I know. Whoops. 2, 3. Hit all that vulnerability. Wait, I'm doing Vision here, right? Vision on 2, so Stability and Wave of Focus to the top of the deck for the next time. Double up on their stab. Wave of Focus. Then I'm going to put 2 things atop the deck. Let's go Void and then Wave of Focus. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. It had to be the other order. Wave of Focus and then Void if I wanted to do the thing that... That was really bad. Okay, we get Better Future there. And then use that to actually pull back the right cards. Perfect. The enemy now has a Fatigue. And I'm also dead in 2 turns time, so I really got to figure out what I'm doing right now. So when I say 2 turns time, what I mean is now. Oh god, I did that in the wrong order again. Nope, never mind. I did it in exactly the right order. Woo! Okay. It's 38. We're still alive on this one. Purge that Reflect. can't play battle plan first because I need the opener. Okay. 9 health. It's fine. It's not like I need more than that. If I tried to play slow enough that the enemy didn't buff there, I was just definitely going to lose eventually. That was just 100% happening. I also still need to take this fight, otherwise I still definitely end up losing. So, not super jazzed about that, TBH. Yeah, this is all a bit how's it going, you know? Put Reflect in my opening hand for the possibility of giving us extra energy at the right time. That's a skeleton mage. They stand alone. Okay. No potions to throw in the fight. Carrying case is the only one I can really even afford here. Or rather, the only one that I can really utilize in any effect. Reflect actually seems useful right now. Just Reflect, and this delay block 4 is still worthwhile to me right now. Get some energy for the next turn as well. There you go, comp that 20 damage. I mean, sure. Deflection, deflection, discipline. Enemy is about to purge themselves there. I mean, I do want to send something to the top of the deck. It's just I don't know what. Let's get the overcharge, I guess. Okay. So that only took 125% rage, but we had our turn. That did good damage. Yeah, we're absolutely screwed. Like, monumentally, absolutely, definitely screwed at this point. Stability, stability, stability. Use a better future to get a... $30 incoming with 5. Like, all of this is predicated upon the fact that I cannot defend that 30 based on the hand that I had at the time and my access to other things in the deck. And just trying to reach for lethal, but it's not going to make it there. God, I think I found the giant weakness that I keep experiencing in this class combo. Class deck combo, that is. We were in round 4 there. Only if I ignore all ability to defend can I deal any damage based on those starter cards. Those starter cards are good for getting you into Zen and dealing with the first 2 rooms, and that's it. You need more damage early on. You need anything that just says it deals damage early on as this character. It's a 34-minute episode. I can't do that. It's going to be obviously a loss. Wave of Focus, great pickup. Outpace, we have a large initial block. We've also got some weakness here. Probe 1. I'll reroll the Discipline. Go to Clairvoyance. Okay, so the Mastery reroll really just rerolls things into Clairvoyance for you. I'm going to take Wave of Focus, giving us our second copy of Wave of Focus, giving us some AoE cards. Purge a card for 3. Discard Shuffle 10%. 100% Rage and the 1 Frenzy. We go for the upgrade point. The first upgrade point is going to be on Wave of Focus. The second upgrade point is also going to be on... That's right. Waves of Focus. Got Trance in there as well. Hey, that wound sure says damage and then vulnerability as well. As well as Rage. That might just be worth having. Seven Sheet twice. Open a slow 1. Yep. Happy with that too. I'd take a Timely Maneuver if it was on my path, and I'd take a decel if it was on my path. Okay. That's the Trance. I can get away without that Trance. So the path this dictates is this. Yeah, we're probably not going to have the ability to capitalize on that Shoveled Salesman by the time that we find them. That Soul Collector is probably pretty important though, but I imagine we will figure out how we are going to handle that at the very end. Wait for focus, wait for focus. Let's cut 2 repeating deflections for a kneecaps and a outpace. Early on, I can get the extra discovery in there, but later on, I'm going to probably have to add another defend. Let's get that Kestrel advance. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Good fight. One reason I'm pretty happy to have the Waves of Focus is this. Oh my god. Yep. Good fight. I'm gonna take out, honestly, probably Stillness, because I don't get into Zen before I have to cast it, and then take out that as well. I have 2 copies of Purple Voidstone, and honestly, at this point, I want to put them both in defense. So I don't use stabilities as my opener. Do I have any other cards on my path that are best? Okay, the Timely Maneuver could happily hold one of them. The Thousand Fists could even hold one of them. Okay. I had Infecties. It's not what I was hoping for. Okay, we do want to kind of focus broadly when possible. Okay, they actually did give us the Wave of Focus. Interesting. Do I now... Yeah. Throw the Wave of Focus out. Gonna need some extra energy next turn, so this is again contingent upon some block coming out next turn. Okay, if I purchase stability, I can go careful advance. Stability. Wave of Focus. You'll notice that still hasn't killed anything for us. We're still loading the gun. That discovery finds our kill. We no longer need to no longer rather need to load this gun. The gun ought be well loaded. So we pull out the discovery, getting a Wave of Focus. We play the Wave of Focus. Very happy to have these Waves of Focus in the deck for the sake of this extra damage they deal. Cursed item. We saw this last run. In fact, in the exact same position. It became quite crucial quite quickly to us, I think. Okay, merchant. That reload's not bad, but unfortunately I'm just short of being able to bite the Mind Shatter on the other side of it. Echoes of the Past, add 2 temporary copies of a card from discard to the top of the deck. Interesting. I mean, reload could be a really good target for holding a purple Voidstone. Draw 3, discard 3, overcharge 1, play out a skill, get yourself into the ability to start using your skills as your openers for your battle plan. Curate our cards more specifically at the very end as well. I mean, I'm not going to a Disheveled Salesman, so I can totally afford this. Yeah, let's take that. We'll take the reload. We pop that in there. We've got the Timely Maneuver that we're also going to be upgrading soon, which the other Voidstone is earmarked for. That's literally we're about to get and upgrade it as soon as possible because it's the next space. As much as I'd like to open with the Careful Advance, I don't really need the slow right now. Three. It's too many cards. No, what we want is the wave of focus pops back atop the deck, wherever that's possible. Okay. So we discover the wave of focus. We play Discipline, Purge and Kneecaps, play a Repeating Deflection. We get another 25% rage, putting a reload in there. Because reload before the next play gives us another 25% rage. Sorry, 50% rage from the battle plan. Okay. There's the wave of focus we were looking for. And there's why we were looking for it. Look, it blocks 12 right now. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. So I think last run I was correct that I wanted the Timely Maneuver, but I was incorrectly lacking in focus on it, I think. It's probably a fair way to describe that there. I could put that Discovery reliably in my opening hand. Just pull any card out of my deck for 1 energy. Sometimes that'll be reload and then we start going off. Okay, I like that actually. Alright, Corpse Beast, you get stronger every turn. Hopefully I have managed to tend aggressive enough to match you. Hopefully. Discarded keys, eh? So we have 2 different, at 1 cost, ways to put things into our hand. Fine. And I'm going to follow through. Take that. Take the reload. Drop. I mean, Discipline actually seems like it'd be good here. Repeating Deflection. It's the excess Repeating Deflection as well. We use Timely Maneuver. Let's Purge Stability for the Discipline. 22 damage apiece with the Waves of Focus here. That's about as good as it gets for us. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, it was a good turn. So I have no access to draw this turn, which means like Outpace is an extreme overblock. Also, I probably do want to keep Outpace for a later hand. Slowing the enemy doesn't really help me right now either. $30 incoming threat next turn. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Just gonna keep this Outpace. Start off with reload, give ourselves... Oh god, that is so much damage, and I desperately need a lot of it. Yikes. Alright. So Outpace, Discipline. I'll put repeating deflection in there too. We're almost halfway there. I even drafted specifically for damage. What do you want, game? Okay. Double up on stability. Another wave of focus doesn't save us next turn. Putting Outpace on top of the deck to try and save myself from the incoming damage. 1, 2, 3. Purge that. Play. And there you go. I'm going to weaken you for 2 turns time away from now. Yeah, it looks like that turns out to be relatively important. I would love to preemptively block my next turn, but if I keep preemptively blocking for the next turn and doing no damage, I just lose. That's just how that eventually happens. So I eat 28 here. Kill. That wasn't good. That revealed that despite the fact that this deck has been very specifically focusing on getting and upgrading those defensive tools I was talking about, as well as those aggressive tools I was talking about, we still absolutely suck. just enormously bad. What is it? What am I missing? Let's put reinforcements in there, I guess. Change it up a bit. Alright. Here's my attempt. Reload, dropping. Yeah, time of view is fine to drop here. Dropping a lot of those, then get maybe a wave of focus in hand, then play reinforcements, getting a bunch of smashes in hand. I have been really drastically underrating this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. God. The amount of times that I have seen and turned down reinforcements without actually understanding the value of it, I feel embarrassed about, actually. Because it's just great. It instantaneously solved the problem I was talking about from pretty much every direction. There's a skeleton mage. It's a little bit rough. I do want to kind of make sure the enemy has weak on them occasionally, though. Give reinforcements a red voidstone. Start ramping up immediately. It's an egg. Definitely an egg. Let's see if this run lives long enough to actually explore what an egg is. Never really thought I was going to be able to get into the deep philosophical questions on this channel, like what exactly is an egg? Deeply glad to have the opportunity. Let's weaken the enemy as well. Didn't really leave that many attacks in my hand here. That's okay. It's a lot of damage. So I go urge there, wound. I'm gonna pop the. I guess the other one did expel, right? Put the wound back atop the deck, I guess. Right, never mind. The enemy instantly purged themselves. Okay, wound. Wave of focus or a stillness out there for a weakness. Get a stability in just for good measure too. God, we're actually now immediately approaching the same problem we had last run. Maybe my problem is I try and get into stability every single turn, and that's just not how this should work. Should have done that in the other... I specifically left the right things in hand so I would be able to slow the enemy there, and then immediately went, oh, okay, and now I don't slow the enemy. Wait, hang on, what? That's not what you said you were going to do, Raps. There we go. I preemptively blocked the 20 for the next turn. My strat here is very clearly exclusively use waves of focus to kill. In fact, I'm going to get the rage and then do that. Yeah, wound, wave. Double purge again. I'm just looking for the wound again. Sorry, the wound again. The wave of focus. Yikes. This really isn't the turn you want to try and go off on. Okay. I'm going to place a reload back atop the deck now, using that to get the 50% rage from the battle plan and trying to get into Zen. Never mind. We pivot and kill. 1,000 Fists is going to be so much of our damage. So is this time to maim. Like, both of these propose a solution. I'm going to get the exploding bottle out there as well, just in case, though. These Hounds of Hell can be pretty rough. Okay, second wave of focus in the hand. I have rage generation in the deck effectively. I do. Ish. Where are ya? So we use the outpace for this. Okay. Reload drops Void, Discipline, and maybe careful. No, Stillness. Repeating Deflection, Weaken. Then we throw out that for the. I had to count. 12. Yep, I undercounted. Oh god, with the extra 12 as well, that's suddenly getting pretty rough. Well, thank heck we got those smashes. Time to maim 100% has to go in the deck. I'm taking out that Discipline. It's too expensive at this point. Okay, Clairvoyance. Hopefully what we just did fixed a huge amount of problems. It should have, but I'm not certain. Okay, that'll all work, and then a repeating deflection. We're probably holding on to the timeless maneuver for the next turn, to be honest. Let's put a wave of focus back atop that deck. Do it again next turn. Alright, I like that. Timely maneuver, time to maim. Big ol' wave of focus. You have another wave of focus left in the deck, and we also have, obviously, abilities. There is one of said abilities. 1, 2, 3. I'll purge. And we have... one target. Great. Whew. Okay. This upgrades to give us Purge to gain a Volatile Smash. That's not really a thing I want to do. The 1000 Fists upgrades so that it also applies the second trigger if it is in Zen. That's pretty important to us. We're working at the moment on a Yellow Voidstone, so that would be really good in either the Wave of Focus or the 1000 Fists, right? For the possibility of multi-triggering it in either case. How important is D-Cell? Not at all. I need more choices. Well, we got 2 upgrade points here, and that's worth something. Everything else? MasterCard. I'm going to take the replay. I do need larger individual this turn block cards as well, though. I'm starting to look at the possibility of upgrading to repeating deflections. All right, let's take it. And then we ignore that for this. Barbed Gauntlets. After drawing your hand for the duration of your turn, block 1 each time you draw a card. Enchanted Water Bottle. Each time you expel a card, gain an energy. That's actually way better for us, right? We have 1 expel in the opening hand. Any buff that we happen to pick up next floor will be expel. We have reinforcements here that expels. Delay Stones. Whilst in Zen, your card play limit is increased by 2. That's also really good. I like that one too. Maybe if I could go Delay Stones, Yellow Voidstone, I would go for it. Barbed Gauntlets is good in, like, you know, maybe a deck that is abusing things like Reload, but I find it really difficult to find the value for this after the drawing of the hand, right? Because usually, if you are drawing as many cards as you would need for this to be particularly effective, you already have either the enemies are dead or you are easily defended because you have access to so many tools. So what? It's cycling, using like juggles and reloads very consistently. I've not necessarily noticed that to be particularly powerful, but maybe that's just me. Okay, we go up. Counter. Block 2 each time an attack card is played. It expels. Gives us the ability to be quite aggressive. Yeah, it's exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. Thank you so much. Deeply, deeply appreciated. I'm going to take out the discipline for that counter. Okay, and then we want to upgrade that next floor. Possibly try and Black Void Stone it. I'd be down to clown with a plan like that. Get the 1,000 fists to hold the extra block there for us. Oh, it's a mimic. This is what I get for using all of my void stones. Please don't actually kill me, mimic. Suddenly noticing that's probably one of your plans, and I'm about it, you know? Let's discover a reload. Kneecaps seem very, very impactful here. God, I really wanted to play that counter. Okay. Two times. I feel like I needed to eat that 9 damage on the first turn to get to a reasonable position here. Why are we adding a card to this hand? Did it cost us an energy? We gained an energy before the end of the turn. What? I don't really know what happens there. Just gonna keep on keeping on. Let's go double stability. Wave of focus. Drop a punch in there, and then we're, what, 6 from the kill on the Mimic? We are still technically alive. That's another reload if we really want to do this. Exhale's not bad either. 21 after it's upgraded to a single target, but it also spreads across the board, which is less useful, admittedly. Reload is card negative, but it also helps us curate. Fine. Take the reload, drop a stability for the reload. We're now tending very, very, very consistently towards opening with abilities on our turns. It's like that final stability doesn't even really have a place in this deck anymore. I'm going to take that out in favor of Battle Insight, I think. Oh, no. Take the Battle Insight out in favor of the replay right now. This creature inflicts Banes and deals damage based on the total amount of cards drawn when its minions spawn. The AP is the current battle round. Well, so the thing about that is if I put either of those reloads into my actual deck here, I will lose. So I'm now going to put 2 stabilities back in. All right. I should have been thinking about that earlier. Okay, I'm going to timely maneuver a discovery here. We have incoming next turn. Relatively small amount of damage. Fine, I will discover a relatively small defense. We We finally get counter out there and then pass up. Cool. Double wave of focus. Looks like I'm going to have difficulty getting into Zen here at all. Wish I could have gotten into Zen for the 25% rage. Would have been useful there. Maybe I should have put a wave of focus back atop my deck that turn. Actually, I think I should have. I'm going to defend that with this turn. Put a wave of focus back atop the deck. Purge 2. Then we go as aggressive as we can here. Well, time to maim actually sucks in this hand. Wound into stillness, into wave of focus. Getting the kill on those two targets for us at the absolute least. I didn't leave myself defensible at all. I figured that our attacks might have been enough, but the counter value is only 2. I really should have tried to count the previous turn, whether or not I had the ability to do... Like, literally as soon as I clicked the card that I put back atop the deck, I was like, wait a second. We need timely maneuver next turn, don't we? And yeah, it turns out we needed timely maneuver next turn. Good lord. So I can put together wins with this character off camera. It's just as soon as I try and pull it on camera, I just can't find anything. It feels like I desperately need like a couple single large block cards, or an early artifact that allows me to use my my damage to enable some defense. I like timely maneuver. Timely maneuver is my new sift, right? Pop it in decks that have energy problems but need to generate a lot of damage. Upgrade it as early as you possibly can. So I think that's going to be my major takeaway from this video, is that that card is significantly better than I'm giving it credit for. So each time we play one of these characters, we'll just learn one of the cards is better than we think. Well, I mean, that and the volatile smashes, right? Those were huge. We should stop avoiding those as often as I have been. That said, for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Vault of the Void. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.